Ladies and Gentlemen, let the games begin. Zweiter Tag der Happy Bear German Darts Open 2017. Und wir starten gleich mit einem Mann aus Deutschland. Zwei haben wir noch im Rennen. Er kommt aus Tübingen, ist 57 Jahre alt, war auch schon bei der Weltmeisterschaft mit dabei, 2011, damals im Alexandra Palace. Gestern hat er sich knapp gegen Brian Woods durchgesetzt. Drücken wir ihm die Daumen, dass er auch die dritte Runde, sprich das Achtelfinale, erreicht. Ein herzliches Willkommen, Bernd Roith! Das wird heute nicht einfach für Bernd Roith. Er tritt an gegen den BDO-Weltmeister aus dem Jahre 2014. Er hat zweimal sich den Masters-Titel holen können. Er hat die Premier League gespielt. Er hat Pro-Tour-Turniere gewonnen. Aktuell steht er auf Weltranglistenplatz Nummer 22. Die Rede ist von The Bullet, Stephen Bunting. Best of 11 Legs heißt die Distanz. Man braucht also 6 Legs, um in die dritte Runde einzuziehen, sprich in das Achtelfinale. Und natürlich wollen wir auch den Caller herzlich begrüßen, der dieses erste Match hier callt. Es ist The Voice, Russ Bray.
Hello and welcome to Saarbrücken in the southwest of Germany for day 2 of the German Darts Open. A sellout crowd here in the Saarlandhalle await the arrival of the top 16 seeds who enter the competition today to take on the winners of yesterday's 16 first-round matches. Premier League stars such as Michael van Gerwen, Peter Wright and Dave Chisnall are in action later, with a number of emerging names to catch the eye and local qualifiers sure to enjoy the support of the crowd. I'm Mike Lawrence, and joining me in commentary for the opening match of the afternoon is Chris Murphy.
Yeah, thanks Mike, and here is one of those home nation qualifiers, Bernd Roith, in action in our very first match of this second day, and he's taking on Stephen Bunting, former Lakeside world champion, and a man who averaged over 100 last week but got beaten 6-1 by Peter Wright. He had beaten Ted Everts at this stage, Stephen Bunting.
Yes, he's come up against Peter Wright 2 weeks or 2 events in a row in the European Tour so far this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Bernd, the throw first. Game on!
But looking at the draw, if both players prevail, I don't think Bunting can meet Peter Wright until the semi-final stage this weekend, so I'm sure Bunting will be keen to avoid snake bite.
The winner of this one taking on the winner of the match this evening between Mensur Suljovic and Mark Walsh.
37.
Now Bernd Roith will perhaps feel a bit blessed to be here. He had the second lowest average of the first round. Fortunately for him, the bloke that he played had the lowest. You had the pleasure of calling that one.
Yes, it was a bit of a war of attrition, I think it's fair to say, the match between Bernd and Brian Woods, the last match on yesterday afternoon. Bernd eventually sort of stumbling over the finishing line, really, 6-5. And this packed crowd already finding their voice, and I'm sure they will get behind the man. And also the other star of the opening day, 16-year-old Nico Bloom, one of the local qualifiers. He takes on Cristo Reyes, our first match of the evening session.
Yeah, some story that was yesterday.
81.
Nico Bloom beating Josh Payne.
$54.
So Bunting will be back for a 2-dart finish, potentially, to steal the throw early on against the semi-pro German, who's a chef by trade.
99. Stephen, you require 72. $54.
Well, it was a good mark with that first start, but just overcompensating and going inside.
Yeah, there's choices on the 72 checkout as well. Bunting's gone 36 by the treble 12 route to leave 36, but the problem with that is if you go inside, you've then got double 9, and if you go inside that, then he's got a problem. He hasn't done that, but he hasn't found the target either.
They have to require 40.
And the crowd already backing their man.
No score.
Well,
Stephen, you require 18.
well thrown darts. Bunting having another chance to take out double 9. Well, that's the danger. Double 4.
14.
Oh, well, if Rod Harrington was here in commentary now, he'd be cursing. He hates players leaving the double 9 for that, for just that reason.
No question about that. No question. But Bernd Roith has survived the potential breaker throw there. Bunting had his chances. It's an important match for Stephen Bunting as well, this. With the new rule that seeded players losing their first match do not get their money added to their ranking this year. Stephen Bunting's a player who already has to qualify for the next European Tour event because of the entries he won't fall into the seeds. So really needs to rack up some prize money to get himself back into the seeds. He will be seeded for Euro Tour event 5 because some of the higher seeded players have not entered that. But yeah, it's important
41.
for players like Stephen Bunting who are in and around that 16th spot on the Pro Tour Order of Merit.
91.
Yes, all the information, the latest stats and the rankings and the Orders of Merit, all on the pdc.tv website. Lots of news and behind-the-scenes video and
81. Stephen, you require 107.
information on there. Well, a big outshot needed this time for Bunting. He won't hit it, but he will be back with Bernd Roith
96.
still back on 239.
Similar to the last leg, although
41.
Bunting through second in that
Stephen,
one.
you
He's
require 70.
down to a kind of mid-range finish. No problem at all. And now he's getting there. The problem just started.
42.
Intended to fire that first dart at treble 14 rather than treble 11.
And again, he's got a bit of time on his hands, Bunting, but as we saw, the double trouble
100. Stephen, you require 30.
could allow Bernd Roith back in. Double 16 for Bunting. And he hits it for one apiece.
Leg. Stephen Bunting, third leg Bernd, the throw first. Game on.
He has won 2
100.
PDC titles, Stephen Bunting, since moving over as the BDO World Champion, start of 2014. But his form of the last 6 months or so has not been fantastic. It's now 6 months since he reached the quarter-final in anything. And for a player whose quality we've all been made well aware of over the years, seems to have fallen short in that period.
Well, yes, he sort of hit the ground running when he first came over to the PDC. 2014 and then 2015 chosen to play in the Premier League and also been chosen for some of the World Series events.
Well, he beat Alan Norris in that Lakeside final on the 12th of January, and less than a month later he won his first PDC title. Instant impact from Stephen Bunting. Picked one up last year as well, beating Michael Van Gerwen in the final. And he's one of those players, isn't he? When the first dart goes in, you always feel that a 180 is very likely. He does group his darts very, very tightly.
137. Stephen, you require 161.
Well, a great shot by the German to certainly put some pressure on
59.
Bunting, and
you require 119.
has a chance to re-establish his lead here. First to 6 legs, as you can see on the caption. All of these matches right the way through this tournament, all these European Tour events, the same
59.
format. Best of 11 legs.
Stephen, you require 102.
Up to and including Sunday night's final.
Well, something like this could just get his confidence going. Double 16.
Game
And
show
there it
the
is.
third leg. Stephen Bunting.
102 finish to break the
Fourth
Roith
leg,
throw.
Stephen to throw first. Game on.
And that's better. One dart at a double in the combination and sinks it first time.
$84.
Yes, a good little run on an event like this could help kickstart Stephen Bunting's year, you feel.
140.
Next up, we'll see the number 8 seed Ian White taking on the South African Warwick Sheffer. Warwick came through the UK qualifiers.
100.
Yeah, some very interesting matchups today.
37.
This afternoon, looking at the games between Kim Hybrex and Mervyn King, Michael Smith and Rob Cross, and Simon Whitlock and Darren Webb. So they're the ones that stand out for me in this session.
140. Stephen, you require 140.
Well, this would stand out.
120. Bound to require 121.
So treble 17 would leave the bullseye. He has left the bullseye.
96. Stephen, you require 20.
Good effort, but Bunting then to put a 2-leg
Game shown
cushion
in
between
the fourth
himself
leg.
and the German
Stephen
qualifier.
Bunting, fifth leg behind the throw first. Game on.
And dispatches that with ease. Having had a little bit of double trouble in the first couple of legs, Stephen Bunting.
140.
Yes, Bernard Roith had to win 3 qualifying matches on Thursday night here
134.
to come through as one of the 4 host nation qualifiers we have in these European Tour events.
100.
Himself and one other home nation qualifier made it through, the aforementioned Nico Bloom. So 180, the first of the match from Stephen Bunting. So yes, the 2 German qualifiers making it through, providing us with the youngest and I believe the oldest player in the tournament. 57-year-old Bernard here and 16-year-old Nico Bloom.
Well, Bunting in this one seems to be raising his game as this match goes on.
140.
Yeah, very good leg this. Potential 11 darter from Bunting. If he takes out this 47.
Yeah, it's against the throw as well.
Stephen, you
So
require
really in
47.
pole position now, Stephen Bunting. Double 16.
15. Bound to require 101.
Double 16.
85.
Well, that was a mile away.
Stephen, you require 32.
It's the same target for Bunting.
And I can assure you he will be closer than that.
Game shown the 5th leg. Stephen Bunting, 6th leg, Stephen to throw first. Game on.
As you can see, average rising for Stephen Bunting, and look at that scoring. First 9.
1 140.
Yeah, good solid start to the afternoon. And a good match for the sellout crowd here to get their teeth into.
100.
Yeah, perhaps not the result they were looking for. And you can see there, Roith taking the first leg in 22 darts, but Bunting's just got better and better
57.
as the game has gone on. Good signs. He played some good stuff last week as well in Jena. Beat Ted Evans 6-4.
100.
And then one of those curious ones where he played very well against Peter Wright, but Wright's timing was just impeccable in that match.
134.
But he's on it, isn't he?
He certainly is, and the crowd are on their feet already. They need to pace themselves.
99.
15 more matches
Stephen,
to
you
go
require
today.
170.
Well, I'm not sure what that second dart hit, whether it was in the treble or not, but yet again he's got a little bit of time as Stephen to take out this 90 and go to within one leg of victory and a place in round 3 against Mensur Sulevic or Mark Walsh.
Well, he's got choices here. Goes for the ball for double top. Lovely clean kill from Stephen Bunting.
Stephen Bunting, 7th leg behind the throw first.
And you have to think
game on.
that it is all over by the shouting.
And I suppose, well, it could work both ways being first on. You can get the match wrapped up, get back to the hotel, go and have a bite to eat, and then sort of do a bit of practice and then relax till tomorrow. Or if you're playing well, you probably would rather sort of be playing again and keep that momentum maybe, but it's different players have different views and different ways of preparing, obviously, and they're used to these formats with the schedule as it is now, and these weekends where you might be playing 5 or 6 matches across a weekend. It doesn't faze these players, especially with the format being relatively short, just the best of 11 legs.
And he's going to have some time off, Stephen Bunting, so it'll be last game on tomorrow afternoon.
140.
Won't find out his opponent until this evening, but he's not quite finished yet.
140.
Roith to
require 36.
keep this one going at least a little longer.
Double 9.
18.
Well,
Stephen, you require 103.
of course, he might have given the home fans something to cheer, but Bunting here looking to get the job done in quick time.
87. Bound to require 18.
He will have the throw, of course, in the next leg, Stephen Bunting. And the crowd just getting behind their man. Bernd Roith just recomposing himself. And he's going to split it. 10-4. We've seen already he likes going his own way, does Bernd Roith.
16.
And he's gone around the houses there.
Stephen,
Yeah, it hasn't worked
16.
out for him there, despite the crowd support, and Stephen Bunting now to end this contest.
Game shot.
And there it is, double
And
eight.
match,
Stephen Bunting with a very impressive performance, up there amongst the highest averages of the tournament so far, and he will go through to take on either Mensur Suljovic or Mark Walsh tomorrow. We'll hear from Stephen Bunting in just a moment. But a bad start for the home nation qualifiers. Of the two that got through, let's see if Nico Blum can do any better later on, but for now, Bernd gets the bullet.
1:0 geführt und dann dennoch 6 Legs in Folge abgegeben. Bernd Roith. Damit zieht Stephen Bunting also in die dritte Runde ein. Er ist der erste Spieler im Achtelfinale und könnte dort morgen auf Mensur Suljovic treffen. Applaus für Bernd Roith. Stephen, congratulations. You lost the first leg, you won 6 in a row. Average of 97 around that, is that okay?
Yeah, no, I'll take that. That's probably my best performance on tour for the last year, I would say. It's always hard when you play a German in Germany, but the crowd was really good. I still heard them shouting my name, so I'd like to thank them very much.
Is it to be patient the most important thing now in that time for you?
I think so, yeah.
See you tomorrow again. Stephen Bunting.